Hello, everyone. I am here live on this Monday Memorial Day evening. We ended up cutting our lake time a little short because the air conditioning wasn't working up there. And one of my kiddos had to come back and work anyway. So didn't spend as much time up there as we might have liked to, but it was still lovely and had beautiful weather. So I hope you all had a little bit of time to relax and enjoy and reflect on what the day actually means. So I'm just going to wait and see if anybody's going to join me live. And if not, I'll just kind of carry right on in. Wanted to remind everybody that there's only a few more days left to sign up for our event on Facebook. Myself and 3 other demonstrators will be taking some time on June 17th from 10 to 1 to stay online with you guys. You'll be put into a private Facebook group, and we will each do a little presentation featuring a suite from the new catalog. You'll receive the materials to do a make and take with us on camera. And then there's additionally, there are add-on classes that you can do for the same thing. You'll get a special link to watch a video about the suite and assemble another make and take, depending on what you would like to do. Don't worry if you can't be there live that day, still register. It's only $20 plus shipping. You'll get 4 projects, and that Facebook group stays open. So once you are in it, you'll be able to go back and watch as many times as you want, pause when you need to pause and all that kind of good stuff. And you can go back and reflect on what you might have seen there. So June 1st is the cutoff date. Go to stampinintosummer.com and you can register there. Here are the 4 suites that you're going to be seeing live that day. The Let's Go Fishing, Inked Botanicals, Earth and Elegance, and Masterfully Made. So the 4 of us will be bringing you some really fun projects with those items. So again, Stampin' Into Summer, Stampin' with an N, not an NG, intosummer.com. And then these are the add-on classes. Each one is $10, and you'll get an additional make and take along with those. You could choose Zany Zoo, Cottage Wreath, Quiet Meadow, Paper Florist, any one of those, or if you want all of them or only 2 of them, whatever you want. These are each just $10. So you choose which one or ones you might like to join in. So remember, register by June 1st. That gives us time to cut all the materials and get them sent out to you in time for the event on the 17th. All right, so I'm going to show you what I'm working with tonight from the annual catalog. I focused on a designer series paper pack, first one here, that goes with the Bright and Beautiful suite. The color schemes here are really bright and pretty. You've got Lemon Lime Twist, Pretty Peacock Azure Afternoon, Blueberry Bushel, Berry Burst, and Bubble Bath. So really pretty combination of colors. There we go. I need to slow myself down here. I am tripping over my tongue. But I took some papers from this. It's a 6x6 stack, and I took some colors out of that, and I'm going to do one project in all the different colors that you might see on here. So you can see these are 6x6 squares. Really fun colors, cute patterns. That yellow is really kind of bright. There we go. I like some of the ombre effects that these have going on. These guys are so pretty in this kind of like Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock kind of genre. You've got like Misty Moonlight all the way up to Blueberry Bushel happening in here. So these will blend with a lot of different cardstocks that we have, not just the ones that were listed off there. And here's the other sides. Love the stars. So some of these are really good for some of your birthday cards, things you're celebrating. There's just really cute patterns. Love the colors that are in here. So there's a lot to work with, and it's this really good stack. It'll get you through a lot of occasions. So again, that is the, the Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper. And again, you can find that on page 15 up there at the top with that collection. All right, the stamp set I'm going to feature tonight for all of my phrases, they're going to come from Best Family Ever. It's kind of a builder set, so you've got all kinds of words representing people in your family or friends or something like that that you can then build onto things. You've got a congratulations, a happy birthday, best ever, thanks, wonderful, all kinds of things like that. So you can absolutely customize your phrases to match whatever you are sending out. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So tonight you needed to have cardstock that was 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to be using Lemon Lime Twist. 2 neutral pieces that are each 1 1/8 by 4. I have basic white. So then you need some DSP. You needed 1 piece that was 1.5 by 4, and then 2 pieces that are each 3/8 by 4. And as you can see, I did cut mine apart so that they kind of line up together. That doesn't matter if you didn't do that. They're not going to be next to each other, so you may not be even able to tell. So don't worry about that part. Then something kind of a phrase element, up to about a 1 1/4 by 3. I did cut a piece of basic white out of, or using, I should say, the deckled rectangle dies. And this is what I'm going to use to put my phrase on. So I'm going to grab that Best Family Ever, and I am going to take out Happy Birthday. Move that over to the side, upside down. Get that on my block. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that in my Lemon Lime Twist. This is one of my new colors that came back. It was an in color a few years back, and it has returned to the fold in the regular color pattern or color family now. It's a really fun bright green color. And lemon lime, so I guess it's kind of a yellowy green. All right, so there's my phrase element. If you wanted to, you could have something similar to this and then mount another color behind it, add some die cuts to it. You know, if you had like stars or hearts or whatever you might want to have for some kind of die cut image or a stamped image that you cut out, anything that you want to do to dress that up. So I'm going to keep it very basic for this, and then I will show you a couple other things that I did with that concept. All right, we are going to go ahead and we are going to fold our cardstock on our score line and give that a nice burnish. Okay, now before you go ahead and tape everything down, I'm going to show you where this all goes. So your 2 little skinny strips are going to end up at the outside edges. We're going to have a little bit of border between each of our parts. Then your neutral ones will go next to those. And then you may have guessed that goes right in the middle. So before you tape everything down, kind of lay it out where you've got even margins around each side. You kind of like the way that goes. And then I'm going to start taping mine down in the middle, I think, because then I can adjust when I go to either side of that. So that's going to go there. And again, if you kept your pattern going across, this is where you're going to want to line it up. And like I said, if you didn't, it doesn't matter. They're not next to each other. Nobody's going to know the difference. Alrighty, there's my neutral piece. And the other neutral piece. Right about there. And then my skinny little ones are going to go to this edge here. Whoops. It's very sticky on my finger. There we go. Alrighty. And then get that down. Okay, so that is the basic layout. You can play with this any way you want. If you want to dress up those neutral panels, if they feel a little bare to you, go ahead and either you could have stamped on them, you can run them through an embossing machine, just something to beef them up a little bit if you want. That's totally your choice. Now this is just going to lay across the middle, and you can decide if you want to pop that up or anything else you want to do with it. And like I said, go ahead and enhance that. You can add layers to that. You can add die cut pieces. You could add all kinds of different things to that particular layout. So I'm going to go ahead and put my non-dimensionals because that's what I like to do. All right, there we go. And like I said, it's just going to be the central focus of my card. Okay, so there is a very basic version of the layout I showed you guys tonight. Here's one I did, same color, same designer series paper pack. This is the new, I keep forgetting the name of it, Bubble Bath. I keep wanting to call it Bubble Gum. Hi, Aunt Mary, good to see you tonight. I keep wanting to call it Bubble Gum because it's like bubblegum pink to me, but it's Bubble Bath. And I focused on this piece here that has all these stars all over it. And then I took a die from my Cracker and Treat Box die set and has these little stars in it. So I die cut a few stars out and added some Wink of Stella to them. And I thought this would be a really cute baby card for someone expecting a baby girl. So that will hopefully be able to be sent someone I know. Here's another one I did. To the 2 panels there, what I did here is I basically just crumpled them up in my hand a couple times, different ways, that kind of thing, to get those little creases. And then I went over it really lightly with a blending brush and the Berry Burst ink. so that it just it highlights some of the cracks and creases, doesn't make it quite so stark white. If that's bothering you, that neutral is really standing out to you, here's a couple of different ways that you could go ahead and change that up. And as you can see, I did a build up with this one here. So there's, whoopsie, as I throw all the stamps all over the table. So to my wonderful friend. So I used several different pieces of that to build up a phrase, making my own, verse, phrase, whatever you want to call it. Here's another one I did with a misty moonlight background. And again, another piece from that collection. This time I ran my neutral piece through the Speckles embossing folder. It comes in a 2-pack along with one that has stripes on it. And they're one of the little skinny 3-inch wide ones. Alrighty, and then here's one where I mentioned like you could also stamp on those neutral pieces. So before I cut them into the strips, I left them as the double width. What would be what, like they are 1 1/8. So 2 1/4 wide, because then when you cut it in half, it'd be 1 1/8. And then I just took my happy birthday and I just kept alternating it all the way across in my Azure Afternoon ink, and that way that kind of filled in this hodgepodge of happy birthdayness. And then I just stamped it directly onto that. And then I took another piece of that designer series paper and hi Carol, good to see you tonight. I cut with the next size up deckled rectangle. I cut it out of the same DSP. So that kind of stepped that part up a little bit. So as you can see, the deckled rectangle die came all the way through each project. I want to also point out there's a tinsel gems in a 4-color and a 3-color pack. And that's where these little gems came from for these particular ones here. So here again, I took an embossing folder. This is one of the 3 packs that comes in the basic 3D embossing folders. There's 3 different ones in there. And this is one of those. It has these really large polka dot type images on it. I thought that paired well with the polka dot pattern of the cardstock. Hi, Carol. It's good to see you too. I need to come and stop by you soon. I have your order. And then there were line twist gems. So I added those to that as well. It all kind of goes along with that whole bubble theme. And there again, you can see I used another deckled rectangle to mat that one up a little bit behind my happy birthday. And I realized I forgot to bring over the inspiration sample. Here we go. I received this in a swap. And this is from Demonstrator Colette Thiensbits. Now let me move these out of the way so you can get a better look at that. And this is what I meant by beefing it up with other pieces like die cuts. You can see here she used the nesting shapes that come with the Countryside Inn suite. This is that Countryside ZSP, the embossing folder that's from that suite. And then she took some die cuts, stamped, and then just straight up die cut, and she added them to her little image there. And the dimensions of this one came because she chose to do a bay window card. So when you take it out, you can tuck it up like that and display it. I've done one of these before. It's really, really fun. And I can link a video to one that I've done. I'm not sure if the measurements are exactly the same. I think mine might have only had 3 panels instead of 5. I don't recall. But I will be sure to set that link up there in case you would like to see how to make one of these for yourself. I think these are really, really fun. And I like that it can almost turn into like a little piece of artwork as you set it on your desk or whatever you're going to do. So that is where those dimensions came from, is that they fit into those panels that she created when she did her bay window card. All right, so there again was what we did on camera, and then a little bit of stepped up. Like I said, it's got embossing folders, it's got gems, it's got a double layer here. And then these were other ways that you could dress up parts of those images as well, using your blending brushes, using other stamps, using embossing folders, die cut pieces, and then of course all your little gems and bling, and you could even add ribbon or twine to make bows in certain places. Lots of things that you can do with this one. So I hope you enjoyed that tonight. Thanks for popping in to see me on this Memorial Day. I hope you all had a lovely weekend, and I will see you again here live next Monday. And just one final reminder, don't forget to sign up for Stampin' Into Summer. The registration is due by June 1st, so that we have time to get everything cut and sent out to you guys. So it's $20 plus the cost to ship everything to you is for the basics, and then $10 for each of the add-on classes that you want to do. You choose 1, 2, 3, or 4, whatever you want to do. And there again, here is what you're going to be seeing on that day or later. If you can't see it live, remember that Facebook group will stay live for you, or stay in there for you, to come back and visit as many times as you want. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight, and have a great rest of your day and your week, and I will see you